genuine, maybe she is not genuine. Let's just capture her and keep her here. Because if she is genuine, then we have nothing to worry. But if she is not genuine, she will go back and convey our secrets. So let's capture her and keep her here. So they captured her. So Sri Radha and the gopis are waiting and nobody is coming back. On the other side, Sri Krishna sent Madhumangal as peacekeeper from his side. So when Madhumangal came to the other side, say, I come in peace. You know, those boys, they always make fun of my eating habits. And truly, I feel like-minded to your group, O Sri Radha. Lalita Vishaka, they understood. Our messenger has not returned. And the messenger from the enemy side has come. So Lalita Vishaka told her, they have captured our messenger. Better capture him. So they captured him. And all the gopis, Lalita on one side, pulled he was wearing this utariya, upper cloth. She pulled the upper cloth and said all the gopis dress him like a lady. So they dressed him like a lady and they painted half his face black and put a round circle, black round circle around one of his. So this was. These pastimes are described in two books. One is the Gopal Champu of Srila Jiva Goswami and another is Madhukeli Valli of Sri Govardhan Bhatta Goswami. These are two books in which this pastime of Holi is described. So I'm just telling the authentic sources of these pastimes. So in this way, and they captivated him, they captured him. And here Sri Krishna, he also told all his friends, call some elderly gopis from nearby and tell them to change the clothes of this gopi and dress her up in masculine clothes. So they dressed her up in dhoti and some utariya, and they put funny color, they put a mustache around her like this. So finally both parties were ready for a final showdown. On the holy day, not HOLY, HOLI, on the holy day, so they came near each other, and the devotee Sri Jiva Goswami says there was big time quarrel between both parties. So as both parties approached each other, Sri Radha said to Sri Krishna that we have a very beautiful gopi, but she is not able to find a suitable husband. Can you find a suitable husband for her? And they presented Madhumangal with half black face and one round circle around the. Sri Krishna said, yes, I have the perfect match for him. And so in Hindi we say jhagda. You know what is jhagda? Quarrel, lots of quarrel. Vrindavan means lots of quarrel. Lots of quarrel. See, this is something he used to miss terribly in Dwarka. Because nobody dares to quarrel with Bada Maharaj. In Dwarka, he used to miss terribly. If he wants to quarrel with somebody, there's nobody to quarrel with. Even if he raises his voice, yes, I'm sorry, Maharaj. Please don't chop my head off. So, he used to terribly miss these things of Sri Vrindavan. Because in the heart of his heart, he's a cowherd. And you put a cowherd in the role of a king, and he's a complete misfit for that particular role. And we saw a short glimpse of that in the morning talk by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. How, although he's a cowherd at heart, he's being forced into a role where he has to play the king. And the Bhagavatam describes after one point of time he gave up the kingdom and Maharaj Ugrasen was ruling. He said, I'm no longer interested in ruling this particular kingdom. Maharaj Ugrasen used to rule. And that's the reason why Padmavati got a little nervous, because although Maharaj Ugrasen is the official ruler, Maharaj Ugrasen is only ruling by the mercy of Sri Krishna. So if Sri Krishna decides to give everything to the Vrajavasis, Maharaj Ugrasen will have to become a servant of the cowherds. And this was the great hesitation of fear of Padma. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada calls Padma Niti. Padma Niti is the logic of Padma. That in exchange for devotional service, Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim. I want some money. I want some followers. So that he called Padma Niti, the logic of Padma. Anyways, so there was lots of quarreling in Sri Vrindavan, and Sri Jiva Goswami says, there is no holy without gali. Right? Here is a verse by Srila Jiva Goswami. The meter is Vasanta Tilakam, same as Brahma Samhita. Narmanga gali rudaka kshipayantra yukte Dandi prapadana nivardana geliriti कांताकृति व्यतिकृत ग्रहणं सखीना साहायकं युधि बभौ हरिहोरिकाया Narmanga Gali. The first thing that was exchanged was Gali. Because no holy without Gali. And what is Gali, dear devotees? Loving abusive words. Now I am not going to specify those words here, because then this will be the first class in ISKCON history where galis were given from the Vyasasana. I don't want to be the first one to give a gali from the Vyasasana. Narmanga gali. Gali is Narma Anga. Narma Anga is Anga, the most important part of normal loving relationship. You only give a gali to somebody whom you love. To all others, you do formality. Hare Krishna Prabhu, how are you? Is everything okay? But galis are reserved only for those individuals whom you love very much. Because perhaps a gali is an expression of one's anger, but it is also an expression of one's deep hidden expectations and love. So, the first expression of love was Narmanga Gali. Gali, which is the most important part of a loving relationship. Udaka Kshipa Yantra. Udaka Kshipa Yantra. Yantra is machine for spraying water. What is it called? Pichkari, that is Hindi term. Water gun. So, Yantra Yukti, water guns were ready. Dandi Prapatana, sticks were there for threatening each other. And making the other party fall down on the ground in the mud by using sticks. Keli Riti. In this way there was play. Kanta Kriti Vyatikrita Grahanam. And making each other fall down and pulling each other, dragging each other into the mud. And once a year such an exercise is necessary for relieving all the pent up anger that one has against the other party. Sahayam Yudhi Bhava. Yudhi, it was war. And all these were the instruments of war. Hari Hori Kaya. This was Sri Krishna's holy, dear devotees. Here is the translation.
During holy celebrations with God, loving abusive words, which are a very important part of a loving relationship. Besides God, it was profuse use of water spraying guns, etc., making others fall down by using sticks, attacks and counterattacks by the gopis and Krishna.
And no loving relationship can survive without quarrels. are the most important part of a loving relationship. The most important part of a loving relationship. Please tell me, what is the most important part? Quarrels. Dear devotees, the opposite of love is not hatred. The opposite of love is indifference. It's very important to understand. The opposite of love is not hatred. The opposite of love is indifference. And so, any quarrels are also an indication that the person has hopes and expectations and love towards us. And there's a wonderful verse, and this verse is not from Padyavali or from the Gaudiya Vaishnava previous acharyas. Sri Rupa Goswami has composed a similar verse, but I found this verse to be a much more developed version of what Sri Rupa Goswami had written. This verse is from the Subhashitavali of Vallabh Dev. It's such a wonderful verse which describes the entire cycle of prema, the entire cycle of love. An ocean is contained within this one single verse. And those who understand this one verse understand how love works in the spiritual world and also how its perverted reflection works here in the material world. I'll specify this verse. This is from the Subhashitavali of Vallabh Dev. This verse is in the meter Harini, a very sweet meter. I'll sing this verse. I'll first divide the first line into 3 parts and then I'll sing the entire line. Alright? Please sing after me. Samajaninata Prema Tyaktam Yadishadabirshaya Samajanina tad prema tyaktam yadishadabirshaya Smara sukha sagina savirsha vina kalahenaya न खलु कलह सोऽन्योन्यं यत्प्रसादनवर्जिता प्रसदनविदे नासौ यूनां नयेन विलिल्यिरे This is Harini. Very sweet meter, dear devotees. So, Sri Vallabhdev says, Samajani natat prema. And please repeat after me. That love is not love, which is devoid of even a slight trace of jealousy. Samajani natat prema tyakam yad ishadapi irshaya. Jealousy here means a sense of possessiveness, that you are mine and you better behave in the way I ask you to behave. Else you don't want to see what happens. So that love is not love which is devoid of even a slight trace of jealousy. Jealousy here means possessiveness. The next line says, Smara sukha sakhi nasa virsha vina kalahenaya. Please repeat after me. Jealousy too is not jealousy if it is devoid of a loving quarrel. So jealousy manifests, possessiveness has to manifest in the form of quarrel.